Hôm nay ngày 9 tháng 3, Tổng thống Joe Biden đã đến ghé thăm một cái tiệm kinh doanh nhỏ và được hưởng lợi từ cái chương trình Paycheck Protection Program launch, là được mượn ngân hàng số tiền để duy trì hoạt động. Chào Tổng thống, chào mừng ông đến tiệm cửa hàng của chúng tôi.
She has a separate business in our building. What they do is microgreens, and I'll turn it over to Mary because she can describe her business a lot better than I'll be able to. Fire away.
Sure. We moved here a few years ago, and we are an urban vertical farm located right next door. We grow salad greens, microgreens, and edible
Tôi mới chuyển
flowers.
về đây và là chúng ta là trong làm về nông nghiệp, sử dụng sản phẩm nông nghiệp.
Now, you've been engaged in the neighborhood too. You sponsor a Little League team, don't you?
We do. We sponsor a Little League team. We also we run job fairs for special needs programs to get their students to help them find employment. We've actually hired 3 people from that job program. It's called Project Search. It's a partnership between a nonprofit and the DC government, and they do a great job training their students who are special needs to come and be able to work in an environment like this and be great contributors.
Have you hired any of those folks?
We've hired 3.
3?
Yeah.
Good darn.
And Mary participated in our first job fair. We were going to do another one, but obviously the pandemic has halted our ability to do that. But when things go back to normal, we're going to continue to do those job fairs.
Tôi thuê những sinh viên, những người lao động
what hit you the hardest
when chương trình đó.
The pandemic hit?
Right. So the biggest challenge is what we're going to do with our staff. You know, there were so many uncertainties related to what the virus actually did. The first thing that we did was we took all of our at-risk employees and we sent them home, and we paid them through that entire process. That first wave of PPP loans was very helpful to allow us to do that.
PPP đã rất là giúp ích cho
not
chúng
cost
tôi.
effective, but we felt like we had to do that for our employees. You know, and we're still struggling.
Những người nhân viên.
Well, our retail business has actually increased over the course of the pandemic. I think people know there's a little bit of a hardware boom. A big portion of our business is actually government sales and commercial sales. And for the first 4 or 5 months, I mean, that was completely gone. And that honestly usually is about 60% of our annual revenue.
One of the reasons why I changed the rule for those 20 days, make sure only employers who had 20 or fewer employees could qualify for PPP. And the reason for that was 400,000 small businesses went out of business. They got in line, but they couldn't get the help.
Thì chúng tôi đang ra để có cứu trợ tới 22
bigger businesses
càng sống càng tốt để giải quyết những cái 40.000 cơ sở kinh doanh nhỏ đang gặp khó khăn mà hết cạn nguồn vốn của Covid-19. Và khi gói cứu trợ này được thông qua thì sẽ nhiều người được giúp đỡ.
And we're going to continue this, by the way. It's not only businesses with fewer than 20 folks could apply the last couple of weeks. But now we're going to keep the focus on it because a lot of minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, are increased significantly by 20 and 15%, as well as getting people who, in fact, weren't able to get in line before. And it's hard to know how to get in line. And so I hope this is going to continue to increase because we're also at a point where I think we're going to begin to gain control of this virus.
Yeah, we appreciate your leadership on that. One quick point I want to make is that I said we're the oldest hardware store in DC. I also say we're the greenest hardware store in America. We have 2 urban farms actually in our building. We have Mary, who's in the garage there, and then we have Cultivate the City, which is an awesome rooftop garden. They exist on our rooftop. But you're not going to be able to see it from here. But if they want to give a wave,
I see him.
yeah. And then we